Well, this is something I've actually wanted to test slash review slash get my hands on in actually a fair bit of time. What is it? It's this. Ready? Well, let's admit it, you guys already know because you clicked on the link and that's why you're here, but pretend it's a surprise. Just pretend it's a surprise. Comica, which is a brand that you see a lot on Amazon. It's kind of a, I want to say a budget-friendly microphone. They had the CVM-V30, so the V30, out for what I thought was a fair bit of time. And it seems to be getting really good reviews everywhere. And I was somewhat curious to get it, but I have a lot of mics that, like I have a Rode video mic, which is what you're listening to right now. You know, it takes a 9-volt battery, I believe. It takes a battery, some sort. And that's one of my biggest concerns was microphones that are on a lot of the gear we use require power. And because of that, this is what happens to me. And if you haven't done this, I'm shocked. I sure have. One of the two. I record and I get a whole bunch of stuff done and then I realize the mic's not on. Or number two is that everything goes like a charm and then I turn the camera off, get my memory card, and I go to my computer to start editing, and the following morning I get this little light bulb that says, I don't remember if I turned my mic off. And of course I come back into the little studio setup and no, I did not. So there goes a battery. This brings me to this mic, and you and I are going to take a look at it in a minute. Alright my friends, so here it is. Comica CVM-V30 LITE. So as far as I can tell from the pictures, if you go on say Amazon or any of the online places that you can get this, and I'm going to put a link down to where I got this from, both in the Amazon.com and Amazon.ca, so that if you guys are interested, you can go pick yourself up one as well. Anyway, this is the light version. So I got it in red. It does come in a black with black accents or black with red accents. I got it with the red accents. First off, we'll just talk about it. It says it supports camera and smartphones. So this is a big one, smartphones. Low self-noise, super anti-interference, Super-Cardioid, excellent shock absorbing. So let's open it, and I'm going to open it just right here. Nothing overly complex. My expectations are not a lot. That's everything. That's the box. Nice box. Came in good shape, which is excellent. This is the kind of the setup. So right at the bottom, number one, you get Comica professional audio equipment, contact information, and warranty instructions. Number one. Number two, you get the CVM-V30 LITE Super-Cardioid condenser light microphone user manual. Excellent. Go through this. It's in multiple languages, so it's actually probably a little thicker than you might think it needs to be. The microphone. So inside here you do get a little silica gel, and there it is. Not as long, I'm gonna say, as say my Rode video mic, but this is where I'm excited. No batteries, 0 batteries, powered off the camera and or the actual iPhone, Android phone, whatever phone you're using. We're gonna test this. So I'm gonna take this, and I have my Canon M50, and can you guys see that? This is gonna look good. There's the red sharp, and it's a nice, I like it, it's a deep red. That's good looking. Look at that, that's nice. Comica. And actually, it's not like crazy. A lot of the mics, they come out like here. On a camera of this size, that doesn't look completely ridiculous. Yeah? Agreed? Key is, how does it sound? You've been hearing me talk on this mic. This is a $40 US slash, I don't know, $55, $60 Canadian. Let's start recording with it, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna pause you, and we are gonna switch to this camera with this microphone. Okay, my friends, so now we are working with the new Comica microphone. First thing I want to point out is I'm going to show you this is on the back of the microphone there is a little toggle switch. It's the only switch on this microphone, and basically it says, are you using a camera or are you using a smartphone? Plain and simple. Make sure you have that switch to the right one. I'm using a camera right now, so that's what I had to choose. Cool. How does this sound? I don't know. You sure do, because you're listening to it. This is a really big thing for me, a microphone that does not have a battery. So if this sounds good, this will definitely be the camera that I will take with me for my run and gun, leaving the studio, out and about, doing everything. And it may, possibly, depending on its sound, just be my mic of choice. Maybe. We shall see. Now let's do some testing of how this sounds. Distance-wise, we are sitting at slightly over an arm's length. So we are looking at about a foot and change, foot and a half. I don't know how long my arms are. Let's say a foot and a half, but standard kind of studio, standard vlogging, because that's what it's going to be, it's arm's reach. How does it sound? Now let's see what it sounds like with some distance. So I'm going to go back there on the couch that I have. I'm just going to tilt that a little bit over here. And I'm going to walk back here and we're going to see how it sounds as I move back. That's a good 6-7 feet away from the camera right now. So let's move back here. And way back here, hopefully I'm still in focus. How does it sound? I'm still only talking in a normal voice. I'm not making my voice louder. And we are now at about easily 7 or 8 feet. You guys be the judge of that sound. Now, most shotguns, as we travel this kind of distance, especially for vlogging, like the video mics from Rode and things like that, this kind of distance is where you really start to fail a bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna come about halfway closer, so somewhere in around here, and we're gonna see how I sound here. Now I'm sitting at about 3 to 4 feet away, would be my guess, because that's full outreach. Easily 3 or 4 feet away. What does it sound like? Hopefully it sounds okay. And now I'm coming closer. So now I'm back into that distance that you and I normally would talk when we're doing our vlogging and talking to our cameras. This for me is the important one. How does this sound? Is it clear? Does it have some good low end? You guys be the judge. All right, next kind of test. What about isolation? I'm gonna keep this at this distance, and what I'm gonna do is you guys get a chance to see a little bit of my room as I spin the camera, and I'm gonna just kind of keep talking. So I'm gonna start it this way, we're gonna go that way, and then we're gonna go backwards. All right, let's go this way. So, not that exciting in that part of the room, and you can hear me talk right now, and hopefully it's not quite as loud as it was when it was facing me. Spinning this way, there's my exciting door, and again, let's see what the isolation is like. Does the volume go down? Does it try to counter, etc., etc.? Last but not least, we are gonna go directly behind. All right, here we go. And this is probably the most important one, because this is where you want your isolation to not necessarily hear you when you're behind the microphone. So hopefully the volume goes down a fair bit when it's in this direction. Right and left, the expectation is that it will pick up a little bit. And again, I'm not very far from the mic, only within about a foot and a half. So my thought is that it will pick me up probably no matter what. All right, we're back. We're back in the front. Here we are. Excellent. How did it sound? You guys get to hear it. I'm gonna go plug this stuff into the computer and take a listen, but you guys get to hear it now. I'm also gonna try this out real fast on the iPhone. Give me a sec. Okay, so we're back again. This time we got the mic hooked into the iPhone to see how it sounds. Hopefully it's sounding way better than it normally does, and honestly, hopefully it sounds identical really to the way it sounded like when I had it hooked into my camera. One of the things to remember, and I hope I'm doing this right, is to make sure that you have the microphone, that one little switch on the back, make sure that it's switched to smartphone. If not, I don't think it will work. I think it changes the way that the microphone requires or doesn't require power, so that it's not pulling too much or not enough, etc., based on the device that it is. But how does this sound? Does it sound okay? I'm hoping it is. I actually have this set up on a little hand rig that's attached to a GorillaPod style tripod. You guys can kind of see it here when I do my little cutaway. Hopefully this sounds better. I'm gonna stop this right now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go take a listen to this footage, and we'll talk to you in a second to see what it sounds like. Well, all right, my friends. Well, I've had a chance to listen to it both from what was recorded on the camera, so the M50, and what was recorded on the iPhone, and I must say I am pleased. Sound quality sounds good. It doesn't sound tinny by any means, and I love the fact that this thing does not need batteries. Isolation was good. You know, when I spun it around, which is where I expected to get the most amount of isolation, it definitely happened. You can still hear me, of course, because again, I'm only within a foot of the mic, but it definitely pulled my volume down and my clarity went down versus when it was pointed right at me. It's great. I am pleasantly surprised. So no batteries. Excellent. Not a crazy size, so when you have it hooked into your iPhone, you have it hooked into especially a smaller SLR, it doesn't look ridiculous. Because as much as we don't want this to be true, looks can play a big part. And if you are shooting with a really wide lens, one of the things you don't want is that microphone to get in the shot. So having it sticking way out can be a bit of an issue. I don't think this will be that. I got a 15mm lens on there right now. The lens is not creeping in, so we're good. On the iPhone, again, it actually improved the audio quality considerably. Am I happy with this microphone? 100%. I think it's a fantastic addition, really solidly built. It's got a great little shock mount on it, one plug. Only thing that you need to remember is if you are switching cameras from camera to smartphone, hit that little switch, because I tried it, and if you have it in the wrong one, so you go from camera to smartphone and forget to flip the switch, you get no audio, period. I found that out. Don't do that. True story. All right, my friends, I'm gonna leave you there. The Comica, it's the Comica CVM-V30 LITE. It's about the same price actually as the normal one, but no batteries. Fantastic. All right, my friends, leave you there. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will talk to you all later. Have a good one. Links down below. Go buy it if you want it. Have a good one. Later.